What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The result you can see. Situation is not under control. Situation is disgustingly out of control.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
You have a better...
You're offensive. Police lives matter?
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No.
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyways, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect. Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole time and you can find somebody to kick me out.
That's cool. We
We're
will.
not kicking you out. We're asking you to leave if you have any consideration for people of color and our marginalized
So
issues.
clearly
Room
don't.
that I can go?
Yeah, the whole rest of the campus, the second floor, the first floor, the whole MU, every single part of the campus centers you. This is the only space that you're not centered, and you're still trying to center yourself, which is peak white cis male bullshit.
You know, I'm not racist. I'm just studying.
Oh, you're not.
You are racist. Your sticker is racist because police, that's a job. You can choose to be a police. I don't choose to be black. Okay? No, you can choose to be a cop. You can choose to kill people with a badge, and you're protecting that shit, which means that you're racist.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to offend you guys.
Thank you.
So why should that bother you?
Because, do you understand that Police Lives Matter was in response to Black Lives Matter?
I pay the same fucking tuition as you.
Yep.
Hold on, but
Yeah, that's fine, and you have everywhere. You have.
I'm working 60 hours a week while going to school because my parents don't just give me money.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You have the second floor.
My skin doesn't
Bullshit.
matter to me. Or you. I don't care about what color your skin is.
You can get out of here if you're going to be yelling at people because they're
She
trying.
was
This is our space.
This is our space.
here. I don't
We
care.
make this fucking space.
No, you
We have to
Y'all
work for
wouldn't.
5 years
Yes,
to
we
make this
did.
space.
We worked for 5 years for ASU to build a multicultural
Yeah.
space.
This
You're
was
coming in
a-
with, like white supremacist like
we're just
narratives
quiet.
We're not
about
white
like police
supremacists.
police lives
But
police
that's a
lives matter
fucking
is
sticker.
saying
That's not white
police
Yeah,
lives
it is.
matter
Yes,
saying
it is.
everything
Yeah,
different.
it's affiliated with white nationalists.
It is.
They're just
It is
sitting here
affiliated
to
with a lot of-
study, and
it
you
is.
guys went out of your way to inconvenience.
Yes.
them.
Because this
No.
is
Yeah, because this is our space. We fought for this shit for 5 years, since 2016. You have no idea about the labor that was created to create this space, and his.
They're not here to cause
So
trouble.
we're saying you're
No, we can't. You're violent, dude.
You don't have this fucking sticker.
we're saying you're
Yeah, fuck America, bro. America was created on genocide and slavery. Look at his face. Obviously, never.
that is the point. That is always
Yeah, and the point is that studying. This is not space just for studying. This is a space for
We're gonna
multiculturalism.
kill black people. We
I
need
thought
to
we were gonna
defund
yell
and
at you.
defest in
You're
our
gonna kick us out for
community.
yelling. You guys are
So no, now we're saying.
Shut the fuck up.
So you're not getting homework done. You're not getting homework done.
You guys are gonna be
We're not
so
getting
good.
homework done. You're making people feel uncomfortable. So can you go? It's just that
is
simple.
crazy to me.
People are feeling
DC
uncomfortable
Grano,
by
where
your
you at?
sticker.
You guys are racist.
Just like if I had a
You guys are racist.
just as I
Okay,
had
we're
I
racist.
hate white people thing on. That's the
Hey,
same thing as being
point the
as this
camera over
police
here.
lives matter. So you're
Point the
making
camera over
people uncomfortable, you can go.
Seriously, I was just studying. I pay the same fucking tuition as you.
And
This
I
is
asked
this
you
white
for
man
white
telling
women.
black people, fuck
You
you,
don't buy this building?
cussing out
I
black people.
work.
You just proved
I'm
yourself.
an official employee.
I don't care where you work for. You can't kick us out of here.
I just told you to shut the fuck up because you're making me feel unsafe in this space.
There's no such white people. There's no such thing as reverse racism. So have fun thinking that we are the racist ones. There's no such thing.
He's not white. He doesn't have to. Just the white.
David.
No, we're not saying white people have to leave.
We never said white people need to go anywhere. We said.
Let's go to the dean's office. Come on.
Yeah, this is.
Go to the
Go ahead.
dean's
Go to
office.
the dean's office.
Go to the
Go
dean's
ahead.
office
You
right
can
now.
learn about this shit.
Go, Karen.
You can learn about the history. Go ahead, Karen. Go to the dean.
The big black people scared me out. No, we didn't.
We're here. We had to protect the space because ASU wasn't. And you know, like we fought for this space. It was years of organizing, and we're not gonna just let some white supremacists change that. So, anyways, that's why we're here. Yeah, they're gonna make a scene and go talk to their Karens and all of that. But you know, it's important to recognize why we have to do that and what a multicultural space means. Because multiculturalism doesn't mean that, oh, we all come together and hold hands. It means that you provide space and you protect the most marginalized. And shit like that makes this space uncomfortable.
He threatened us that he will go to the dean. We'll see what he'll say to the dean. And we'll see how the dean reacts to this. And now we'll see who ASU prioritizes. Students of color in our only fucking room in this campus are white cis men who are threatening black students by saying police lives matter.
This is a multicultural space. You're making us uncomfortable, and you're saying you don't want to go.
Yeah, tell us about your culture. What's white culture? Stealing things from people? Colonization, co-optation, theft, occupation.
It's like one of the most unracist countries.
Oh my
Whoa! He just said America's one of the most unracist countries, and this is what we mean about who are you centering? Who are you centering?
Black people in the times of racism.
Don't speak my
Well,
name.
you don't even.
There's no difference in what you do bullying me and leaving this place than what happened in the times of racism.
We didn't bully you. We asked you to leave.
Another day of trying to defend this space.
Feel better by making your group less diverse. Doesn't make sense.
Oh wow. Okay, so diversity is about including more white people.
Oh yeah, diversity is now about including white men.
You have the whole campus, honey. You have the whole campus.
Yale Law School, where a chapter of the Federalist Society had invited two speakers to campus to discuss a recent Supreme Court case. So this case involves religious freedom. The participants were Kristen Wagner and Monica Miller, the participants in the event. They were going to have about this case. Wagner is general counsel at the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is a legal group that advocates for conservative social and religious causes. And Miller represents the American Humanist Association, which is, of course, a secular organization. While Wagner and Miller often take opposite positions in general, this specific case is a question of religious freedom, and an issue that united many supporters of civil liberties on both the left and the right. So the ADF and AHA actually had both provided assistance to the plaintiff, Chike Uzubunam, whose college had prohibited him from trying to recruit other people to his religion on campus. So the case was meant to illustrate that a liberal atheist and a conservative Christian could find common ground on free speech issues, according to the Washington Free Beacon, which had a great report on how the event actually went down. So the law students refused to recognize this common ground. Dozens of them protested the event and heckled the participants. So they interrupted Kate Stith, who was a law professor at Yale. As she attempted to introduce Wagner and Miller, Stith quickly became irritated with the students and actually dared to call them out. At one point she said, "Grow up," which made them furious. Let's watch.
Can I ask you all, as you know, Yale has a policy of freedom of speech, and that you guys, come on, grow up.
We told you, Monica Miller, this is what it would be. Will those trans kids grow up?
You guys,
This is
I
free
look
speech.
forward to hearing
This
from
is
you
free
when we
speech.
get to question and answer.
Free speech is
Why
this
you're
is
allowed
free
to
speech.
talk here and
No, you're disrupting the free speech.
We're not.
Oh,
You're disrupting us.
Get on with
The
it.
trick louder.
I remind you, Yale is committed to protecting freedom of expression and peaceful dissent. Interfering with the speaker's ability to speak, that includes me, that includes them, then talk.
When Stith accused the students of, quote, disrupting the free speech of the speakers, the students fired back that, well, you're disrupting us. The Free Beacon has more. Quote, the protesters proceeded to exit the event. One of them yelled, F you, Federalist Society, on his way out, but congregated in the hall just outside, and they then began to stomp, shout, clap, sing, and pound the walls, making it difficult to hear the panel. Chants of protect trans kids and shame, shame reverted throughout the law school. It was so loud that it disrupted nearby classes, exams, faculty meetings. According to students and a professor, the protesters were blocking the only exit, and 2 members of the Federalist Society said they were grabbed and jostled as they attempted to leave. It was disturbing to witness law students whipped into a mindless frenzy, Wagner said.
On this campus, and I'm not here to really get an answer because it seems like you have no type of answers for any of these questions.
Yeah.
This is a lot, so I'm not even mad for real. But you talked a lot about the fact that the reason why America is losing its values, that's because of 2-parent households and you're fatherless, whatever the hell you talked about. But I want to ask you a question.
Your job is not necessary.
Okay, anyways, I want to ask you a question. Do you know
being
why
here wasn't necessary, but
households are missing black fathers?
Yeah.
Do you understand how the government plays into mass incarceration? Do you know how that evolves into one-parent households? All right, so how can you stand there saying that, oh, because they don't have these fathers, that's why the American, whatever the case is. And then you also ignore the fact that non-traditional households exist. So how can you say that for people who have, let's say, 2 moms, or maybe 1 mom, or whatever the case is? How can you stand there and say that you're missing fathers? Like, how can you stand there and say that? And also, excuse me, I'm not done yet. And also, like, can you, as a black man, because let's be honest, you are a black man, how can you stand there in a room full of a lot of professors and validate your experiences and ignore the struggle of normal people? And if America is exceptional, why is it that lynching literally just became illegal? Like, just now. Just became illegal.
Like, just now.
So exceptional. Why did it take them so long to do this? So, I mean, actually, I don't want to answer from you, honestly, because you're just going to scream me out.
You go, girl! We love you!
You're embarrassing.
Yeah, you are. Let him know.
It's really embarrassing that you have the audacity to come here and stand and validate the opinions of all these people and ignore the fact that there are literally black students here who have to fight for your right to be on this campus.
Thank you. Thank you. We love you. We love you, Josie.
I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. I know. Ugly as Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm quite honored to have been chosen as this year's White Coat ceremony speaker. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who is joining us for this special day.
Ammunition and make us look fucking stupid, then what do you think they're gonna do? So let's make sure we're not looking
Racist ass shit! Fuck you! Swear to fucking God!
They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind, even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black, you still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior. In other words, these people, the process of demoralization is complete and irreversible. To get rid society of these people, you need another 20 or 15 years to educate a new generation of patriotically minded and common sense people who would be acting in favor and in the interests of United States society. You have literally several years to live on unless the United States wake up. The time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. Unlike myself, you will have nowhere to defect to.